vibration. I said what I said. And in today's video, I'm going to share a couple of very personal experiences I've had to hopefully prove this point to you. If you are new here, welcome or welcome back, my magical, beautiful, divine friends. My name is Carrie. I am a yoga teacher, a spiritual growth coach. I am here to anchor the light and raise the vibration of humanity. It is not your job to be nice. It is your job to be in a vibrational alignment. And that will never mean having to be nice. Being nice and being in vibrational alignment are two totally different things. So I talk about vibration a lot on here. So I'd like to first just talk a little bit about what I mean when I say vibration. So vibration is a feeling state. And when you are in a high vibration, love, joy, peace, happiness, you are naturally going to feel very connected, happy. It's that state of oneness. And you'll notice that the seas will just part. People will open doors for you. People will let you into traffic. Even the way your reality looks changes. So your vibration creates your reality. And when you're in that high vibrational state, that energy, the world literally just looks brighter, more colorful. You will have a lot more energy in this state. Now, when you're in a low vibration, those are the vibrations. It's a scale, but the lower vibrations are shame, fear, guilt, anger, and you will notice that even your reality will look just a little bit more dreary, more gray. You won't have energy. You'll just kind of want to sit on the couch and eat Cheetos all day. People won't understand you. Whereas you're in a high vibrational state, you will be in alignment with the people that just things flow with them, right? People understand you. There's not all this resistance, this judgment. All right, so let's get right into it. I'm gonna tell you my story now. So my mom, if you knew anyone that knows my mom, they would describe my mom as being so nice. She's so nice. Your mom is so nice. Well, 3 years ago, we had a birthday party for my son was turning 16, and I invited, my parents, their dad's family came, and I told my mom before this party that, listen, I'm inviting dad and his girlfriend, his partner. And she said, oh, that's fine. Because she has actually invited this same woman to several family functions at our house in the past. But again, I was trying to be respectful, and I just said, she's going to be there too, so just wanted to give you the heads up. Well, we were at the party, right? The dinner, beautiful celebration of my son. And my mom actually sat next to this woman She was very nice. She was chit-chatting with her, all the things. And it was great. So then a couple months later, I was living in the house I grew up in. I was renting this house from my mom. So there were no boundaries. My mom would come by whenever she wanted, no text, no phone call, which was fine with me at the time. Well, one morning, my dad and his girlfriend, his partner, stopped by to drop something off. And as they were leaving my house, my mom pulls up. And she just exploded. She just started going after her, literally attacking, not physically, but very much verbally attacking this woman right in my front yard. And this isn't the first time my mom has done this. She's also attacked me in my own home. And I've never seen an adult act this way. It was just crazy. And my mind was just like, psh, this is the same woman that you sat next to a couple months ago and chit-chatted with. Well, this led to my mom now saying, you know, I have betrayed her. I want my house back. She tried to move back in the house. This eventually led to her actually evicting my children and I from this home. So you see, my mom, who is a very nice person, is also very disingenuous. She puts a mask on. She pretends, right? It's like she's in acting. It's an act. It's fake. Being nice is so fake. Now, had she just told me how she felt about this woman in the first place, instead of putting on a show in front of everyone, this whole situation could probably have been avoided. But I'm actually very grateful that things went down the way they did. See, I am an alchemist, and I see the purpose and meaning. I can transmute all that pain and the suffering into my power. So I don't, whatever, it happened. I no longer talk to any of my family. So if you feel like you have to put a mask on, if you have to, hold your tongue when you're around other people, this is always being in a low vibrational state. And my mom, so the rest of my siblings, they treat her with kid gloves, right? They walk on eggshells around her, and that's not doing her any favors, because that's just keeping her in this low vibe, just making her more sensitive. So my next point I want to make is that actually, when you're being nice, it's not only keeping you in that vibration, but it can actually lower your vibration. So you're in this current vibe. So say you didn't get along with your friend today. So now I'm feeling crummy about not getting along with my friend. But I'm not owning that. I'm not accepting that. I'm thinking now I should be nice. Well, now not only are you feeling crummy because you didn't get along with your friend, but now you're slapping a layer of guilt on top of it. So you're actually bringing your vibration even lower. Right now I'm feeling guilty about not getting along with my friend. So if you're in a bad mood and you're trying to be nice, you are putting on that mask. So just own it. Just know it's temporary. You know, maybe you have your period that day, and instead of trying to appease everyone and be nice, just let yourself have the feeling so that you don't feel shame and guilt on top of already feeling a little bit crummy. So now I'm going to tell you another story. And this has to do with something that happened very recently. I am a yoga teacher, and my yoga studio is literally my home. It is my safe space. Well, I have a couple students who I thought were my good friends. One was very nice to me, you know, to my face, and they did something just a little bit, I felt disrespected. They were a little bit rude, right? So I was a little bit upset about this. And I'm very professional, and I tried just to bite my tongue and be nice, but it was just making it worse for me. Right now, not only am I feeling a little bit upset, but now I'm like, well, I gotta be nice. So I'm here to tell you that don't be intentionally mean, but I want you to do something in this situation that makes you feel empowered. So what I did was I just simply told these people, hey, listen, this is my home, and you are not going to disrespect me in my home. Could this have come across as being a little bit mean? Perhaps. But all I know is it made me feel empowered. It allowed me to just let it go and move on and just raise my get back in my vibrational alignment. So that's your job, to get in the vibrational alignment, not to be nice. So being nice is always being inauthentic. So just accept the situation, do what you need to do, right? In my case, I spoke up for myself, and then move on. And this brings me to my next point. Being nice is actually a state of attachment and control. And if we want to manifest, right, if we're creating our reality, we need to be in a state of detachment and letting things go. So let me bring you back to the story about my mom. My mom is the nicest person. She is also the most controlling person I know. So you can see this very clearly here. When she was able to control that, so she knew this woman was going to be at the party, or she invited this woman into her home several times, she had control over that. But when I had this woman at my house, she had no control over that, and this just drove her mad, right? So being nice, you're always trying to control. You're attached to how people behave, how people are going to respond to you. That's not your job. Our job as manifestors here is to be able to detach and let go and tell people, right, what we think. So, guys, stop being nice. Be genuine. Be authentic. Be courageous. This is the way you raise your vibration. When you're in the higher vibration, you won't even need to be nice. Trust me, that is how this stuff works. Does that make sense? Did I prove my point? Remember, your vibration creates your reality. That's what I got for you guys today. Don't forget to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, comment, or emoji. Do you agree with me? If you don't have to be nice. You can tell me you disagree. Because a lot of us, right, we were told from a very young age, always be nice. I'm here to challenge that belief. I'm here to challenge you guys. Have you thinking a different way? Go have a magical day today. Stop being nice. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you all so much. Until tomorrow. Namaste.